One.
Hey y'all,
Yo,
welcome to Tennessee
Twins
Twins
TV.
TV.
In this video, we are discussing fans that consider themselves to be the truth overlords of Elvis's life. Well, let's talk about the self-appointed kings and queens of Elvis lore and the fantasy family members and friends he never signed up for.
Yeah, I see it so many times in the comments about people so nitpicky about which.
About facts, like especially the jumpsuits and all that, like if someone made a comment and I was like, oh no, he wore this suit on this day, it's like, do we really need to get that nitpicky
I
about
mean, of
stuff?
course, the major facts like death and stuff that should be factual, but I mean, to be so nitpicky and you're gonna drive people away with your know-it-all.
Or what they think they know it all. They may not actually know they know it all, but and this also just the way they.
It's a tone.
Yeah, like if someone, a new person that asks a question, like after the movie came out, will ask a question about a specific scene in the movie, you don't need to come across as snotty. Just answer the question. Yeah, I know there were scenes that were
artistic line,
like that scene at the West Park on July 4th, 1956. But
I don't know what song he sang. I know he didn't sing Trouble, but it just was one of those songs that kind of fit the scene. But I think we pretty much, most of us that know the background know he did not sing Trouble because that was like 2 years.
Well, not even that, because I think I think they filmed the movie King Creole in like January, maybe part February.
Anyway, that's what part came out before he even knew about the song Trouble.
But it fit the scene.
Anyway, but in reality, it's the tone in which you answer questions that can drive people away or keep them willing to get. I think it's great if people want to know more about them, and let's
just try to be more mindful about how you answer questions or whatever, and because we should be a positive.
And force, it's great if you want to read about them, but a lot of these books pretty much say the same thing. I mean, Early Hookdale's book focuses on his health issues, but in general, a lot of the books cover the same stuff. But in general, no one, unfortunately, Elvis never got to write an autobiography
or have someone help him write it.
Yeah,
for him with his input, a perfect example is after that first trailer came out, a certain person from a certain channel came out dissing the trailer about the pink Cadillac thing. It was the wrong shade. But then another channel, I can't remember the name of the channel, but I just know he's a British YouTuber and he has a show every Sunday that comes on.
Not that British, not that one rude guy.
No, but a different guy. The guy that was dissing the trailer in the movie is not British. In fact, he unfortunately lives in our state, and that's as far as I'll go to identify him. But I think a lot of people know who I'm discussing, but without me saying his name or channel. But anyways, a different gentleman who I like to watch his show when, depending on my work schedule, had a a show every week. Sort of he has a certain theme or subject, and then he has people then call in. I've even called in about I think about stuff. Anyways, he had talked about the the cola color. I'm not sure if it was like because of that. Anyways,
basically the wrong type of paint was used.
The wrong type of paint was used on Elvis's car that caused it to fade from being in direct sunlight. So Elvis had it repainted to the color it is now. But the other guy was saying it's the wrong shade, and honestly, I don't.
In the grand scheme of things,
it's not that big a deal.
It's a pink.
It was a pink Cadillac in the movie, and Elvis has a pink Cadillac sitting in the museum, the Core Museum at the Graceland Complex. Do with it what you will. It's not, to me, the exact shade of pink in the movie in regards to in the real reality core is not a big deal, but there's also about the anyways, but it just the way that there's several point Elvis historian, his words not mine, it just comes to crying. It come his tone and all that. I even brought up what the other YouTuber said in a comment on his posting. He's like, oh, he didn't do his research. I did. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking I beg to differ. But basically, after that, I haven't been on his channel for any reason because I used to watch his channel a lot, but then after he dissed the movie and all that and started getting really snotty, I just stopped watching. But
it's your opinion that he's snobby.
Yeah, it's my opinion. I'm sure that he's got people that like him and follow him and think he's.
That's on them.
But that's on them.
But I just care about what his actual family, like Billy, again, like Billy and Joe and Danny.
And then Jerry. I mean, Billy and Jerry are the only two Memphis Mafia members left. So, and I mean, Riley's granddaughter is here, but she wasn't even born until 12 years after Elvis died. So, unfortunately, she was not old enough to have any connection with him other than what she knows from being a family. But she wasn't able to have any kind of person-to-person connection to her granddad.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Lisa, who was his only descendant, is no longer here either. We just have the book she released last fall, and the other book from his relatives as our and documents on all the stuff that is at the Graceland as our basis for truth.
But no one can, even his family members likely never knew 100% about. He probably kept a lot to himself, especially in the later years. But I think his family did their best to help in their own way. And you can have different opinions about that, but no one I mean, she doesn't know everything about me. I don't know everything about what she goes through. We're sisters. We live together. But if you're a fan and you never met Elvis over a long period, you're not going to know it. So please don't act like it, and don't be snobby in comments. Just say, answer the question politely, or if you can't, just don't answer.
Yeah, a lot of times, I mean, I'm not, obviously, I'm not perfect. No one is except for Jesus. But anyways, I basically, even if I don't agree on something in the Facebook or YouTube, I instead of getting
roll on.
I just roll on by because I'm not willing to get pulled down into. I mean, that's just me. If y'all want to discuss it, I'm not saying I won't answer people's comments on here. I'm just saying that on other videos or whatever, I'm I'm just not going to go be pulled down and get into some argument over whatever because
over what color socks he wore, what color boots, what particular boots he wore on a specific day.
Yeah,
let's just focus on the music and the movies, the good ones. I haven't seen all those, but
anyways, thank you for checking out our video, and if you
please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, we either pro or against. We're eager to hear what y'all have to say about this video or anything having to do with Elvis, and we'll be back with another report 4 of our 5-part series.